For the record,
Officer Pemberton, number 235.
nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. I don't know. They just start freaking out when I walked in here, man. I don't know if it's my sexiness or what.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you mind standing with them while I talk?
I'm just doing my own thing, man. Yeah.
What's your name, sorry?
I didn't give my name.
What's your name?
I don't need to give you my name, do I?
Well, at the moment,
Yeah.
we've been called. I don't know if you know anything about Concordia, but having had a chat to the man
Yeah.
here, it's quite a secure building.
Can I ask what you're filming for? What? I need to know what's going on. What do you mean no? Then we're gonna have to call the police because it's suspicious activity and that you're videoing here for a future theft or something.
An activist walks into the DMV in Benton, IL, to file a FOIA request while recording. Staff panic, demand ID, and try to remove him, despite it being a public building. Police arrive, but he stands firm, cites his rights, completes his request, and leaves on his own terms. Another win for accountability.
Just documenting while we have business to conduct. So, all right, y'all. Hey, how you doing, man?
How's it going?
Good. Can I have your name and badge for the record?
Officer Pemberton, number 235.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. I don't know. They just start freaking out when I walked in here, man. I don't know if it's my sexiness or what.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you mind standing with them while I talk?
I'm just doing my own thing, man. Yeah. How you guys doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Doing good.
What's wrong with you?
Huh? I don't know. I just walked in and she freaked out. So I don't know.
You don't know what made her freak out?
No, I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm a sexy guy. I don't know.
Did you come in here for some kind of service?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay. So, did you see the no cell phones, no recording?
Yeah, it's just a sign.
I know.
Yeah,
So
it's no like law attached to that. We do have a right in public to record and document.
Well, you're also in a government building.
Yeah, that's exactly where we're allowed
that's
to
our
do
policy.
that. Yeah, I don't follow policy. I follow the law.
All right, whatever.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fine. At this time, they are asking that you leave the premises. They do have that authorization
No,
for you
they
to
don't.
leave.
No, they
Yes,
don't.
they do.
This isn't my first time doing this, sir.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I do this all.
I've seen you
I do this all over the
I
country,
know.
man. I'm
I've seen
not
you all
going to
over
get kicked out. I'm not going to walk out.
Okay.
I have a right to be in here. I have a right to document. I have a right of service.
Okay. Are you here to do something regarding the DMV?
I said already, yeah. Two things, actually. One is to document, which is our First Amendment right. Second is to file a FOIA request within this department.
A FOIA request?
FOIA, Freedom of Information Act.
I know what FOIA is.
Yeah.
So have
I'm not going to let you guys kick me out of here, though, when I'm not doing
with
anything.
them?
Oh, they didn't even give me a chance to, man. They just freaked out.
Because they asked you not to record because there's
Yeah.
people's Social Security numbers.
They're
and all
recording
sorts.
also, man.
Yes, they are a government agency. They are authorized to do that.
Because there's no expectation of privacy in public, right?
Okay. Sir, they are just asking for you to leave.
Yeah, every place asks for me to leave. I come in here, I conduct my business, and then I leave on my accord whenever I'm done. Sir, you're in public. You're in public. They're recording you as well.
I didn't give him permission.
And you have a Marines hat on? Come on, man. That's the Constitution. You should know that. Did you fight for our rights? You didn't fight for the First Amendment of freedom of press in this country?
All right.
Come
How
on,
about
man.
we step out, sir?
I'm just going to document and do my
Well,
business
so
and stuff.
At this point in time, you are causing a disturbance.
How?
They have
How,
they've
sir?
asked for you to be removed from the
How
property.
am I causing a
You
disturbance?
are irritating people. You're videoing people that don't want it.
Sir, you know
that
there's
you
no
have been asked to
expectation of
stop.
privacy in public.
That's fine, but
I'm not-
they have asked you to leave.
So I have business to conduct.
Well, you should have conducted that as soon as you got here.
I couldn't even, I didn't get a chance to. Sir, I think you need to call a supervisor.
I don't have one on duty.
Well,
And
you
I'm not-
need
I'm
to
not
figure it
going
out, man, because I have business to conduct,
So
and you're not going
I-
to violate my rights today.
No, I'm not. So
No,
I
you were
do-
trying to right now. You're trying to kick me out of a public building when I have a right to be here. I just said it.
You want to submit a
FOIA request and also document, which is our right. It's the Supreme Court already ruled this right
came in here
here
to
in
get
himself.
FOIA
File a FOIA request. Correct. I do it all over the place. Every DMV I go to, I record and I file my FOIA request, take a few little pictures around, get that public information on the wall, and then I'm gone. She freaked out. Literally, I was walking in the door, bam.
Okay.
Like I didn't even get a chance to
You're not
say.
here to renew a driver's license? Or
No, not. I don't need to do any of that at this time. I just need to do my FOIA request. So.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
But I'm not going to let you guys kick me out for me not doing anything
Well,
wrong.
so
It's just,
here's your option. You can turn the camera off, or you can leave the property.
so I have a right to record, though. It's freedom of press. Come on, man.
How is
You
that
swore. You swore an oath to the Constitution, did you not?
Dude, I'm not gonna argue.
It's not arguing.
No,
it's
no,
facts.
So I'm not gonna argue. You're either gonna.
I'm
shut the
going
camera
to
off or
record,
you're
so I
gonna-
have a right to record and document my government in the course of their duties. So, if you want to violate that, man, that's on you.
Why are we doing this?
It's not supposed to be in there.
Well, that just a sign. It's
Right,
just
they also have a sign
They could have
that
a
says
sign
no
that says no
firearms,
black
too.
people.
Yeah,
If there was a sign that said no black people, would you enforce that?
No.
Exactly. So a sign is a sign. It has to be backed by statute.
No gun. You bring a gun.
Well,
you're
it's
going to
that's
jail, right?
yeah. This is federal property,
Right.
so
They
yeah,
don't
I'm not
want
gonna.
recordings.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. But there's no law against
Let's
that.
talk about this out here.
Well, I got service in here, sir.
So wait, let's just take it outside and not in front of all these people.
No,
We're not causing-
I'm not gonna get kicked out
You
of a
can
place
come
I have a
back-
right to be.
You can come back in if that means that, but let's take it outside.
We're good right here, man. We have no problem. They haven't said anything.
Yeah, they have. You just
There was one guy who said he didn't want to be on camera. He's already been on camera for however many minutes he's been in here.
I get that.
Yeah, I have a right to do what I'm doing, man. I'm not gonna let you guys kick me out of here.
Let's go outside and talk about it.
I just have business
We're
in
not
here.
we're not kicking you out. Let's just talk about it outside.
We're good right
So
here.
We're not in front of all these.
I'm pretty sure they would like to know what happens.
Ask him.
Yeah, we have a right to be in here. Do you have a problem with what I'm doing, sir? Okay, there we go. There we go. You do? I'm not purposely recording you guys if my camera pans. I'm sorry, but you know, there's no expectation of privacy in public. So
Yeah, but you're disturbing her peace. That's
how am I disturbing her peace?
she just said she was.
I'm standing here with the camera. How is that disturbing somebody?
They don't want to be recorded. They
Well-
want to be able to go about their business.
Well,
without-
good thing, officer, you're not feelings police. You're law enforcement. If I'm not breaking the law, there's nothing you can do about it. So
Okay.
I know you like to carry a tissue box for those that are uncomfortable, but that's not how this is going to work.
Yours is in your hand, I think.
My what?
Your tissue box.
No, right here. This holds people accountable.
Count-
Yeah.
We have.
There you go. You're recording as well. You know why you're recording?
State law requires us to.
There you go. My rights requires me to do this. So
Even when you were asked to stop.
people can tell you to stop doing anything. You don't have to listen to everybody, man. They're not my mom. They're not my dad.
Okay.
Those are the only people I'm listening to. It's my mom and my dad.
All right. So you gonna step out so we can talk?
Well, I got file my FOIA request. I'm gonna do that, and then I'll leave on my own accord.
Let's step out so we can talk.
We're talking right now,
Well, not in front of everybody else. Let's go.
but I'm trying to educate people. So this is why I'm in here. Also, I need to educate people. There's no expectation of privacy.
Serve you.
I haven't even asked them yet to do anything because they called you guys right away. Actually, this is the quickest police response I've seen. So,
Find out. Yeah, we're pretty
where's your department at?
here.
No, like where at? Like how far away from here is your department?
No.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you guys got here quick, so that's why I was wondering.
Okay, so they don't even fulfill FOIA requests.
Yeah,
That
so
has to be
I'm
done through the state
by the
police.
law, I am legally able to file a FOIA at any public agency. They would then FOIA that, they would send that information to whoever
No,
it needs.
so for the city of Benton, you come to the Benton Police Department.
This is law. This is federal case law,
You go to
sir.
state police
No,
in due coin.
no, no. So I would fill out a form.
Do you mind showing me this documentation?
I mean, you can look it up. I'm not going to stop my
I'm not
recording
gonna
or
look it up.
anything.
I'm asking you.
Yeah, I'll show you real quick,
If-
sir.
if you don't mind educating
if I show you, I hope you have a change of mind there. I am going to do your guys' job for you.
Now, that would be awesome. We're hiring.
You guys test what next month?
Yeah, May 17th.
Oh, man, my IQ's a little bit too high to be an officer, man.
It doesn't matter. It takes all walks of life.
Yeah.
Even those without high IQ. Maybe your high IQ might help educate the others.
Read that.
Okay, do you mind if I touch
Yeah,
your
yeah, yeah,
shoulder?
you're good.
Okay, cool.
Can you read it out loud?
So secure 15. We don't go off of AI review. We
Sir,
go
it's-
off
you
of.
can right here.
yes.
Freedom of Information Act request form.
All right, yeah,
They
so
even
that-
have it with the Secretary of
that right there is the
State.gov.
form. Oh, so there you go, sir.
I
You
do it
can
in
download
person. I do it in person.
You're gonna have to mail it off regardless.
No, they would send it to whoever it needs to go to, and then they have a certain amount of days to respond to my request.
No, she told me they don't do them here.
They do. They do them here.
They don't
Well, I have to go
document and
Yeah, they do it for you. Look at that.
go.
Look at that.
She printed it off that
Exactly.
website.
I do it in person all the time.
You got what you need? Let's go.
I'm going to file it and then submit it. And you're not going to rush me out of here, sir. I'm not doing anything nefarious. I'm not causing a disturbance.
You have the
I'm just
documentation you came here to get.
Correct. And I'm going to fill it out and turn it in.
So you have now conducted your business here.
You're not listening. I'm going to fill it out, turn it in. I'm also going to be recording while I do so, and then I'm going to leave on my own accord when I
so
feel
you're going
ready.
to record everything while you're filling it out, correct?
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me the potential of your camera catching other people's legal documentation?
I'm going to ask you one thing. Is there an expectation of privacy in public?
So that is personal information?
Correct. The onus is on them to protect that information, correct?
All right.
I know exactly what I'm doing,
Do you have
man.
a pen? Do you have a pen?
No, I'm gonna get one and then fill it out. And
So
then
if they're not going to let you use a pen, how are you going to fill it out?
I'll figure it out.
Because they have that authorization.
I'll figure it out.
All right.
All right, you're good to go, man.
You don't tell me when I'm good to go, sir.
Who do you work for?
I work for the police department, the city of Benton.
Ah, the city. That's the people. We the people. Just respect our rights, man. That's all I'm asking you to do. All right, y'all. Well, we're going to fill this Freedom of Information Act out. Once we fill it out, we're going to get a timestamp copy of that. And then, yeah, guys, we've already looked at everything on the walls and stuff, so we will be good to go. This guy's trying to trample on our rights. We're not going to let that happen today, so let's fill this out and stay tuned.
An auditor legally films a site in Wales, but a worker calls the cops. Instead of upholding the law, the officer sides with the business, makes up drone rules, and demands ID without cause. The auditor holds his ground, exposes her abuse of power, and proves she needs serious retraining.
Drone.
Yeah, but I've come
No
along.
permission.
Yeah, but
to film this building.
I've come a long way on my bike.
I don't care.
I go round. I take like videos and drone footage, and I put them on the World Wide Web.
Yeah, but you've had no permission to come onto this site, and you
No,
were
but I only-
filming on this site without permission.
No, I only come on the site to knock on the door. But I think you came out, didn't
But
you?
you've been videoing on this site without permission.
No,
right?
I came
I've
through.
watched you.
No, but I came
I
through.
watched you.
But there was no barrier down. If there was a barrier down, I wouldn't have come in.
A barrier tells you it's a secure private premises,
But
yeah?
it wasn't. It's not secure.
The video begins with the auditor facing accusations for filming on the premises. He clarifies that he only stepped onto the site to knock on the door, emphasizing that the barrier was not down, meaning there was no clear indication that entry was restricted. Under UK trespass laws, an individual can only be considered a trespasser if they knowingly enter a private space without permission, and even then, trespassing is a civil matter, not a criminal offence unless aggravated circumstances apply. Since no physical security measures actively prevented access, and the auditor simply approached to make contact, there is no unlawful act here. Now, instead of admitting their mistake, they are trying to shift blame onto the auditor, despite the fact that it was their responsibility to properly secure the site if access was truly restricted.
I'm not getting into it because the police, they just said they see you through the window and they're coming over to see you.
Yeah, but I'm only doing a little video.
Oh, no interest in me.
What's your name, sorry?
I didn't give my name.
What's your name?
I don't need to give you my name, do I?
Well, at the moment, we've been called. I don't know if you know anything about Concordia, but having had a chat to the manager here, it's quite a secure building, all right?
Yeah.
You're not allowed on there. That's come from him.
Yeah.
Okay? And he's politely asked you to move on and obviously stop recording because of the nature of the supplies and the goods within the site.
The police arrive and instead of assessing whether any laws have been broken, the officer immediately parrots the worker's demand, telling the auditor to stop recording. This is a clear failure in policing. Rather than upholding legal rights, the officer is acting as a mouthpiece for the business. A competent officer would have first determined whether the auditor was committing an offence. Public photography is not a crime, and unless there are specific legal restrictions in place, no business has the authority to dictate what can and cannot be filmed from public space.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know what the company is because I got it off the internet.
There we go. So in this situation, the best thing we can do is just ask you to move on. All right. not record, obviously from here. They're asking you not to do it, right? At the moment, he's saying that in the building and the business itself, they do obviously supply quite high secure goods across the world on flights. And at the moment, it's just not appropriate. And obviously, that's where we are with it. Okay. Now, in terms of what we're going to do as police, is we're going to do the same. We're just going to ask you to politely move on, just to obviously prevent any breach of the peace, just to move on, go on your push bike and go and film a different place that is going to allow you to do that.
This is outrageous. The auditor is lawfully allowed to record from this location with both his camera and drone, yet the officer is instructing him to leave despite no law being broken. This is a textbook example of police siding with the business rather than upholding public rights. Instead of enforcing the law impartially, the officer is framing the auditor as the problem, as if his presence alone could somehow justify a breach of the peace. This response proves that the officer's priority isn't law enforcement, but appeasement. She is giving them exactly what they want, the removal of a person who is legally exercising his rights.
Okay, and then it's just going to be end of sport. We will leave you to it. Okay, ultimately what we could potentially be facing is that if you're going to refuse to do that and allow for this business to move on with their day, we could be looking at other things then, couldn't we? Because what's happening here is this company now have had to send out managers and staff to obviously come and deal with yourself, and they're just kindly asking you, can you please stop filming?
But I'm doing photography in a public place. I'm allowed.
What they're saying is,
I'm allowed.
You by all means,
I'm allowed.
go the other side of the road. Obviously.
That's what I said I was going to do. I said I'm going to be over there. Over there on that footpath.
You've asked to use their toilet. You're not allowed to do that.
No, I'm not going to.
You've asked to go in and have a tour. You're not allowed to do it, okay? There are rules in life that you have to follow.
No,
right?
I said to him,
for you to ask where the toilet is, if I can use the toilet, can I come in and have a tour? It's a no.
Now the officer pushes things even further, telling the auditor, who is already on public land, to move even further away across the road. There is no legal basis for this demand, yet she insists, treating him as if he's in the wrong. Her tone becomes patronizing, telling him, there are rules in life you have to follow, as if exercising his legal rights is somehow breaking them. At this point, it's clear she's not acting as an impartial officer, but rather trying to help the worker by pressuring the auditor to leave. Instead of addressing whether any law has been broken, she's making unnecessary demands to make the business feel more comfortable.
All right.
No, I know he said no. That's no problem.
We're not going to get into it.
I'm not. I just asked him. I said, look, any chance I can use your toilet? He said, you must be joking. I said, fine.
Yeah.
I said, as I'm here, would you like to give me a guided tour? I've got high vis. He said no. I'm happy with that.
Right.
But I just want to go on a public footpath and do my video and a little bit of drone footage.
He's not going to. He's not going to allow for the drone footage.
He doesn't own the airspace, officer.
But the problem is that as the manager, he's being quite respectful and polite to you, isn't he? And he's just saying, please sir, can you not do this, all right? Obviously, he knows a lot more than me and you about this company, all right? And he's saying that in the building itself, it's obviously quite a high secure place where they provide goods and materials to put on flights to travel, right?
The officer now relays yet another baseless claim, stating that the worker isn't going to allow the drone to fly. But this statement holds absolutely no legal weight. The worker has no authority over airspace, and unless the site is in legally restricted airspace under Civil Aviation Authority regulations, they cannot dictate whether a drone can fly above it. The auditor quickly shuts this down, rightly pointing out that the worker doesn't own the airspace. To make matters worse, the officer then repeats the worker's claim that the building itself is quite a high secure place. Yet, the irony is glaring. If this location were truly a high secure facility, why was the barrier left open, and why was there no security preventing the auditor from approaching? A genuinely secure site would have clear access restrictions, visible security presence, and proper enforcement of no filming regulations if applicable. Instead, this facility appears completely open, and the only so-called security measure being taken is calling the police to make up rules on the spot.
I'm allowed to photograph in a public area.
I'm not saying you're not allowed to photograph.
I'm allowed.
Go over there then.
That's what I said I'll do.
Make yourself sparse, obviously take photos and stuff. But please don't go putting a drone up. We've got our headquarters there. That's our police headquarters. I don't know if you're aware of that.
No.
Right? That's our police headquarters there for Gwent Police.
But I'm not doing Gwent Police. I'm doing...
But obviously, as you can see, there's only a matter of meters between these buildings, okay? So Concordia, they're obviously quite a high secure building. We've got our premises there as Gwent Police.
But I'm
Okay.
allowed to
You can
do my
take
drone
photographs.
footage. I'm allowed to do my drone footage.
To justify this request, the officer then tries to argue that the police headquarters is right next to the site, implying that this somehow prevents the auditor from flying his drone. However, this is completely misleading. Proximity to a police station does not automatically create a no-fly zone. If there were actual legal restrictions in place, the officer would be citing laws, not making requests. The fact that they are asking instead of enforcing proves that they have no real authority to stop the flight. This is a classic example of police overreach. Rather than upholding the law, the officer is inventing barriers to discourage lawful activity. The auditor rightfully pushes back, making it clear that he is allowed to put his drone up and that the officer's concerns hold no legal ground.
The CAA they have different zones in the UK. They have like red zones and
I'm not a
amber
drone
zones.
officer, but I can certainly check with a drone officer if that's where we're going to get to.
Yeah.
However,
Yeah.
I feel that that's a little bit unnecessary for now. All right, and I think that what the best option here is just for you to obviously move on as you've been asked by a couple of people now. All right, just move on, get on with your day. And
This
then,
is my day. I'm allowed. I'm not
well,
being.
like I said, just go across the way then, and obviously.
Yeah, I was gonna go
on to a
across to
different-
the- I was-
across the way there. There's many other buildings on industrial estates that you can use.
Yeah, and
that you can photograph.
I will do them. But I was here, and what you're telling me is that because he don't like it, I
It's not
can't
a case
film.
of him not liking it.
I
He's the
can't-
manager, isn't he?
yeah.
And what he's saying is that because of the nature of the materials and the goods that are inside of this building,
But it's not unlawful to do
it's
photography
not. It's
from
just
a public
it's,
place.
It's not. It's not. It's again with that company. The company are asking you not to do it.
The officer claims that because of the nature of the materials and goods inside the building, the staff don't want filming, but here's the problem. They said inside. The auditor isn't inside the building. He's outside in a public space where no expectation of privacy applies. If the materials are so sensitive, it's the company's responsibility to secure them, not the public's duty to avoid looking in their direction. As the officer struggles to justify this nonsense, she begins stuttering, a clear sign that she is making things up on the spot. This is no longer about law enforcement. It's about an officer grasping at anything to make the business happy.
Yeah, I'm allowed
So
though.
let's not be awkward.
No.
Let's not make things difficult because otherwise they're going to end up difficult. Okay.
Why?
Well, because of obviously the sort of attitude that you're giving.
I'm not. All I'm doing is exercising my rights to film in a public
But
area.
like I've just said, the company
Yeah.
are saying to you, you're not allowed to do it. Please don't do it because our business has things in there that we don't want publicised across the internet and stuff.
Now, the officer's mask completely slips as she issues what sounds like a thinly veiled threat, telling the auditor, "Let's not make things difficult, or they're going to end up difficult." When the auditor rightfully asks why, she responds, "Because of the attitude you're giving." But let's break this down. What attitude? The auditor has remained calm, reasonable, and simply defended his rights. He hasn't been aggressive, hasn't obstructed anyone, and hasn't committed a crime. The only attitude here is him refusing to back down when the officer keeps pushing an unlawful agenda. At this point, her policing is beyond bad. It's blatantly biased. Rather than telling the business that public filming is legal and no law is being broken, she is escalating the situation, making unnecessary threats and punishing the auditor for standing his ground.
The thing
Do you
is,
understand what
I
I'm
understand
saying?
what you're saying, but I'm also exercising my rights, okay, lawful rights, as a citizen in England and Wales. I'm allowed to take photography in a public place unless.
Photography is different to drone, though.
No, that's my first point. My second point is I'm allowed to put a drone up over any place unless it's in a flight restriction zone. And I've got a CAA app that tells me I'm allowed. And you're telling me I'm not. Now that's not lawful.
This moment highlights the stark contrast between the two. The auditor is relying on facts and legal sources, while the officer is making baseless claims to discourage him. Instead of acknowledging that she has no authority to ban drone flights in unrestricted airspace, she continues to wrongfully assert control, despite having nothing to support her stance. Under UK drone laws, pilots can legally fly in any unrestricted airspace, provided they comply with CAA regulations. The CAA app provides official, real-time airspace data, meaning if it shows the area as unrestricted, then the officer has no legal ground to say otherwise. By telling the auditor he cannot fly here despite the CAA confirming he can, the officer is essentially attempting to override aviation law with personal opinion.
If you stop me, if you prevent me from doing that...
You're completely confusing what I've said. What I've said to you is that business are asking you not to.
Yeah.
All right? They don't want you doing it. So can you not just respect that and be, respectful towards everybody involved here and just please just take your photographs, but they just don't want to drone up, okay?
But I am being respectful. I mean, I'm not getting into an argument or any conflict with you guys, but I am allowed to put a drone up, and you're saying, well, be respectful to them and don't put one up. But I'm allowed, and it's my right. It's my right to put a drone up in a public area.
The officer is no longer even pretending to enforce the law. Instead, she is policing based on emotion, implying that the auditor is disrespectful simply for exercising a right that makes the business uncomfortable. This kind of policing is dangerous because it suggests that laws only apply when they don't upset people. If the officer were being impartial, she would be educating the business about public rights rather than pressuring the auditor into compliance. By framing the situation this way, she is implying that the auditor is in the wrong for simply not doing what the business wants, even though he has broken no law.
It is. If you tell me, if you tell me if you're going to arrest me if I do it, then what I'll do, I won't do it, but I'll go to my lawyer because I'm allowed and I know my rights and the rights are that you're allowed. The law says that you're allowed to take photography, including drone footage, in a public place.
Okay, what's your surname, please?
What?
What's your surname, please?
I'm not giving my name.
You're going to refuse to give details now, are you?
Well, unless you threaten me with some sort of arrest.
I'm a police officer, sir. Yeah. I don't threaten anyone.
Oh, right, okay.
I don't threaten.
So you're not going to threaten me with arrest if I don't give you...
Certainly not a threaten.
Okay.
I can use laws and powers, but it's certainly not a threat.
I've not done nothing wrong.
Ultimately, what happened here is that the police have been called, right? And I'm now having to deal with you as a person. Therefore, I'm asking for your name and date of birth.
This is a clear abuse of police powers, as there is no law requiring someone to give their details simply because they are being spoken to by an officer. In the UK, an officer can only legally require someone to provide their name under specific circumstances. This includes being lawfully detained under suspicion of a crime, Pace 1984, being issued a fixed penalty notice, or if the officer reasonably believes the individual has engaged in antisocial behaviour, Section 50 of the Police Reform Act 2002. None of these apply here. The auditor is not committing a crime, not receiving a penalty, and is not engaging in antisocial behaviour. By making this demand, the officer is deliberately misleading the auditor, using intimidation tactics to pressure him into providing personal information he is not legally required to give. If the request was lawful, she would be citing legislation, but instead, she relies on vague reasoning that has no legal standing.
Why?
Because you've been involved in a call that I'm actually dealing with.
Yeah, but I don't have to give you... I don't understand why...
So then, if you're not going to give details, then I would strongly advise for you to just move on. Because at the moment, you've got 3 units here that are obviously dealing with you. I don't know who you are.
Yeah, I know,
right?
but
I need to know who you are.
No, I'm a member of the public.
Yes, I appreciate that.
And I'm doing a lawful act. I'm doing photography and droning.
So why are you not, at the moment, you could be missing, you could even be wanted, right?
Yeah.
And ultimately, as a police officer, we have the right to take you to custody, to identify who you are, if you do refuse to give details.
Being possibly missing or possibly wanted is not a lawful reason to demand ID or take someone into custody. In the UK, police cannot detain someone just to confirm their identity unless they have reasonable suspicion of a crime or a legal obligation exists to provide details. The officer is knowingly misleading the auditor, making up powers she does not have to pressure him into compliance. It's an abuse of authority. If officers could detain anyone under the excuse that they might be missing or wanted, anyone could be taken into custody for no reason at all. The fact that she resorts to false threats instead of citing an actual law proves she is grasping at straws to force the auditor to comply.
You've been involved in a call, all right?
No, but
you've been involved in something that the police have been called for. So as a police officer, I'm requesting your name and your date of birth.
Yeah, but under what section? I don't understand. Under what section are you asking for my name and date of birth? Because I'm legally, and I don't want to go into civil law, into unlawful arrest and unlawful detention here. But if we go down that path, you know, we don't want to. I don't want to go unlawful detention, unlawful arrest, unlawful giving of my details, because that all goes.
Not an unlawful giving of details by any stretch.
Okay, well, if you felt that I've committed a crime, then you know, or there's a section under
I
PACE,
just feel,
and I know PACE very, very well.
The auditor, clearly aware something isn't right, pushes back and demands the legal basis for her request. This is where her argument completely collapses. If there were a legitimate law requiring ID, she would have cited it immediately, but she doesn't, because no such law applies here. Her refusal to provide a legal justification exposes her misuse of authority and proves she is relying on intimidation rather than actual policing. This is why questioning officers is so important. Had the auditor complied without challenging her, this abuse of power would have gone unchecked. But with just one question, he has completely unraveled her false claim, leaving her with nothing to stand on.
If you want to try and, you know, determine my name and address, I'd like to know.
I think you're just
under
being
what.
extremely difficult and challenging, and probably quite awkward at the moment.
I'm not. I'm doing what I'm exercising my
Right.
rights.
It's just a little bit awkward when a person is obviously not just cooperating, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. I'm just trying to do my job.
I know
okay?
you are, but
and we've been called because you're obviously causing some
I'm
obviously
not.
some.
I was going over there. You
But
just
you're
said.
not, sir. I found you just here on the pavement. Okay.
In a public road.
This is a classic attempt to assert control where none is justified. Public spaces are exactly that, public, and unless someone is obstructing access or engaging in disorderly behavior, there is no lawful reason to tell them to move. Instead of recognizing this, the officer treats the auditor's location as if it's suspicious or inappropriate, despite it being completely lawful. The issue here isn't public safety or law enforcement, it's the officer attempting to push someone away simply because they don't want them there. A police officer's role is to uphold the law objectively, not enforce the preferences of a private business. The fact that she is focused on where he's standing rather than whether any offence has actually occurred shows just how misguided her approach to this situation has been.
Right, and you're up against the barrier.
Well, I'll happily go over there and over there and do my drone.
Go over there then. When you're refusing to give something as simple as a name to a police officer, obviously it comes across as quite awkward, and that's probably my personal opinion of it. Okay, and it's just sometimes it can make it a lot more difficult than it needs to be. In there, they do high security goods, and that's why they're saying as a business, please don't do it. But as a police officer, obviously you don't want to, go down. We don't want to be causing any further issues for you. Okay, so just please respect what's been said. All right.
Thanks, officer.
Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.
A man films in public, sparking outrage from Karens, Darrens, and clueless employees who wrongly claim he needs permission. They call the cops, argue, and even threaten him. But he knows his rights. Chaos unfolds as people try to stop him. But the First Amendment wins in the end.
Can I ask what you're filming for? What? I need to know what's going on. What do you mean no? Then we're going to have to call the police because it's suspicious activity and that you're videoing here for future theft or something. So tell me what you want to. I don't know what this means.
Just looking around.
What's that?
Looking around.
Turn around.
I said looking around.
Oh, working around. Okay, no. He's the general manager. He's just asking him. Does that do electrical stuff or?
Yeah, I can't discuss it.
Is there, what do you work for?
I can't discuss it.
Okay.
Have a good day, though.
Can I ask what we're doing?
Looking around.
No, poking around. We need to have permission to film people.
You're mistaken.
Really?
We're all in public right now. You have security cameras up.
Putting things over people's fences.
It's still public as long as I'm standing in the public and not going into their property.
Why can't you tell us what you're doing?
I don't need to tell you. Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
How do I know you're not?
I'm a guy walking.
Calling the cops?
Do what you gotta do, man.
I'll do that. See if you stick around for it.
Sure.
So who are you?
I'm not gonna tell you. Why not?
You can call me this.
Okay, well, I'm filming you too, just so when I
That's
talk
fine.
to the police
We
about
all
your attitude.
we all have the right. We all have the right to record.
I know we have a right to our privacy too.
You're mistaken. You're mistaken. It's okay though. Maybe you should look up the laws.
So you're doing something in secret. You're trying to manipulate people, right?
No, you came out and wondered what I'm doing.
Yeah, because you're poking your camera in
I
our
answered.
offices. You're poking your cameras in our offices, looking at people while they're working. If you did this at my house, I'd shoot you.
That's right.
If you did this at my house, I would shoot you.
Sounds like a threat, man.
I'm just saying, if you're on my property, putting that camera in my door, through my windows, filming me at my house, guarantee you I'd take care of it.
Sure. You want to threat? Maybe you should call the cops and tell them you just threatened me.
No, I said if you were at my house, I would do something about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, don't. Just say we've got interruption here, and he's annoying the business owners. And 3 people have asked him to leave.
Well, you don't have to get offended by it.
Right.
Okay.
Through our closed
Sure.
doors.
If you guys choose to be offended by me and my camera, fine. I'm not gonna stop you.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Doesn't look like it to me.
Oh yeah.
Who are you with?
I was by myself.
You just come around and shoot facilities and do stuff on your own?
I can't discuss that.
You can't discuss that.
No.
You can't discuss who you're with.
No, I'm just by myself. What are you talking about? I'm not with anyone. Well, there's operations.
We had a guy out here with a video camera. Video he won't identify himself. He says he's just here by himself. Just standing here shooting the facility, and now he's walking around the video and he won't identify himself.
Well, you're acting like some sort of authority, demanding ID or something.
And what's your purpose here?
I'm not, like I said, I can't discuss that.
You
I
can't
don't need to.
discuss that.
I don't need to. Who are you? You're not anyone.
Who are you? You're not anyone. What gives you the authority to take pictures of me?
Are you with the media, sir?
Can you keep your distance?
When did he start filming?
Okay. Yeah, call it CSA. Airport security.
Okay.
It's all good, man. You just continue on what you were doing.
You can, sir. You need to leave.
Why is that?
Because you're trespassing.
I'm not on your property.
Huh?
I'm not on your
Okay,
property.
but you're recording and stuff like that.
Right. I'm not on your property.
Okay, well, can I at least know what your intentions are, or what you're trying to do
I'm going to
here?
expose your owner.
Your what?
I'm here to expose your owner.
You expose
The owner, yeah.
What's your name? I don't want to be on camera.
Oh, you shouldn't walk up to my camera then.
I don't want to be on camera. Please
You should
take me on.
not walk up to me then.
What's your name?
I'm not going to tell you my name.
Okay.
I'm just an observer.
An observer?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm sorry, just especially of our customers. You need consent to be filming our customers walking in and out of the store.
That's not true.
Yeah, man, you can't really be filming people without their consent.
No, you totally can. As long as everyone's in public, we're good.
No, man, you can't do that.
Yeah.
That's against someone's rights.
It's not true. You're mistaken, but it's all good. Not a lot of people know.
So what right is that?
Well, this right, what I'm doing is freedom of press. Everyone from a public standpoint can take pictures, audio, video record from a public standpoint, anything they can see. That's the constitutional right.
That's a constitutional right.
Mm-hmm. The First Amendment, man.
We can't have you filming your...
Well, you don't really have a say in the matter. I don't need a permit.
We're a private business and we didn't give you our consent though.
Okay.
So can you please stop filming us?
No, once I'm done, I'll stop. But
So
Why are you filming?
I can't discuss it.
Why not?
I can't.
So you can't discuss it even though you're not supposed to be recording us right now because we didn't give you our consent?
Who says I'm not supposed to be recording?
We're a private business and we didn't give you our consent.
That
to
doesn't
stand
matter.
here
I
for
never
30
came onto
minutes.
your property. I'm on a public sidewalk. Anyone can record you guys. Anyone from a public standpoint.
Not without our consent.
No, that's not true. You guys are mistaken. But it's okay. A lot of people don't know. What's up, dude?
So what's going on?
I can't discuss it.
Why are you filming us?
Yeah, can't discuss that.
Okay, who are you?
Nothing really relevant there.
Should I call the cops or?
You can do whatever you want to do. It's a free country, man.
All right, here we go, bro. All right, who are you? What's your name and who do you work for? Who do you work for?
I'm not going to tell you.
Do you work for the BCC?
Can't discuss it. Maybe if I just be quiet, would that make you go away sooner or what?
No, it won't make me go away sooner. I want to know what you're doing, man.
Yeah, well, it's not going to happen, so.
What's your name?
Not going to tell you.
Who do you work for?
Nope.
Why are you lying? That's my employee's car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, good one, dude. Real funny. Look at you, man. You're a piece of work. So what's going on? Why are you here?
I'm not going to discuss it. Oh, don't call the cops.
Oh yeah, I'll call the
Come
cops.
on, dude.
Yep.
Don't do that to me.
Yep. Call the cops.
Come on, dude.
Here we go.
He's calling the cops, guys.
What's going on, dude?
Can't discuss it.
What's going on? Seriously. Like, I
Can't
don't
discuss
understand
it.
what your problem
Get out
is,
of my
dude.
personal space, man.
It's not your personal space.
You're in my personal space.
No,
right
you're
now.
in my personal space, dude.
You walked up to me.
Well, you're taking videos of the employees.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I can't discuss it.
So should I call the police?
Don't call the cops.
Well, you're taking videos of the employees.
Right.
Why is that?
I can't discuss it.
Who'll send you to take videos of the employees?
What?
Who'll send you to take videos of the employees?
Yeah, I can't discuss that.
Hi, I have a guy, I think he's Hispanic, wearing a black t-shirt, blue jeans, taking videos of my employees. I really don't want to give details because he's in front of me recording me. He's there, he's not recording. I'm gonna break his camera because he's always in my face.
She said she's gonna break my camera.
Recording me, I want to go ahead and...
Yeah, go for it. Do your thing.
Why are you hiding your face?
I'm just documenting you. Go ahead. There you go. I put the camera aside so she can record me. There's the police right there. Your buddies are here.
Yeah, I called them because you
Okay.
have no right to be recording the employees.
Your buddies are here. What are you gonna tell them? You gonna lie to them too, or what?
You don't have my permission. You cannot film me. You don't have my permission. I'll call security.
Go to work, Darren.
I'll call security.
Go to work, Darren.
Get out of here.
Get out of here, Darren.
Get out of here.
Go on, Darren.
Get out of here.
Go on, Darren.
You're bothering me.
Darren, get out of here. What's that?
Ask what you're doing?
Why?
Well, because we're managers of the Costco, we just want to know what you're doing, so if we need to help you out or anything.
It's for a news story. Working on a news story.
Okay, what's your news?
I can't discuss it.
Okay, because we normally don't let that in here unless you get it with our managers inside.
Gotcha. So are you asking me to leave? Is that what you're saying?
No, I want you to go in and have
No, I'm not going to go talk to your people. Excuse me? Okay.
So, you're on private property? So, you can stop filming me or I'm going to have to trespass you.
You're going to trespass me?
Yeah.
What is that? Ask me to leave or what?
Yes.
What's your name?
So, you either stop filming me or I'm going to trespass you with the cop.
Servando. Yeah, go ahead. Do what you got to do. Let them tell them.
Just doing a project or what's going on?
Yeah, doing a project, man. Just keep your distance, all right?
I keep 6 feet for
All
sure.
right. Awesome.
But what kind of project?
I can't discuss it.
But you can film us.
Yep.
Okay. Well, stay off our property, please.
All right.
Okay, you are on our property now. So I'm going to ask you to step back.
Sir, keep your distance.
I'm going to call the police.
I'm not on their property.
Yeah, you mind not blocking the driveway?
I'm not blocking the driveway.
You can film whatever you want.
Sir, you're doing good.
I'm asking, you mind not dropping
I don't. I'm not blocking the driveway. I don't know what this is. This is a sidewalk right now.
This is where the car's going, right?
Right?
That's right.
I have not blocked any cars from coming in or out, and I won't.
Yeah, hi. What's the video all about? You're videoing our shop, so I have a right to know what you're doing. You don't speak, so what's it for? I don't know what the hell you think you're doing.
What are you filming for? But this is private property you're filming.
Yes, go away. You go away.
Yeah, you.
What'd you say?
I said, you want this to go violent?
Oh, are you trying to go violent or what? I don't give a f, dude.
Okay, so if you're taking pictures of my building, don't, please. If you are not going to tell me what it's for, you can't be taking pictures.
Well, I can, and I still don't need to tell you.
You cannot. This is private property.
No, I can. I totally can. Go ahead.
You just film me because you like to film?
Pretty much. You can't talk or you can't
say why, or
Oh, it doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter.
What does it matter?
Well, it does matter. You're filming us. It does matter.
Why does that matter?
Because I don't like to be filmed. Why are you filming us?
Well, you approached me. You approached the camera.
What do you mean? What do you mean I approached the camera?
You're walking up to a camera, but
Right,
you don't
because
want to
you're
be
filming
filmed.
me. Do you want me to film you?
Go for it. It's a free country, man. We're both on a public sidewalk.
Well, yeah, but why? What's going on? What are you
It
doing?
doesn't matter.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have my permission to film me.
Uh-oh.
I'm on my property, you don't have my permission to film me.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, really?
Freaking the Darren just keep coming or what?
Yeah.
All right.
How about you go f yourself?
Whoa.
Whoa.
You go,
Whoa.
go ahead and do something productive.
Yes. I am doing something productive.
Oh, man.
Again, you don't have the right to film me on my
Uh-oh.
property.
Uh-oh. As he walks up to a camera, what an idiot.
Yeah.
We asked you to stop filming our customers.
You can ask, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
Keep your distance, please.
That's fine.
No, 6 feet, Ben.
No, you're on our property.
I'm not on your property.
Sir? What are you doing? Why?
I'm documenting the business.
For what?
Can't discuss it.
Okay, well then we can sit here and block you too. Don't worry, the cops are on their way.
Maybe you should take a chill pill too, man. You look kind of
Well,
little
we're
on
just
edge
watching
there.
out for our customers. We don't like people filming. They don't like being filmed.
Gotcha.
You're not supposed to do that, so.
I'm not supposed to do that?
No, you're not allowed to
You're
film our
filming
customers.
people against their.
Well, you're
Medical-
wrong. You're
this
wrong.
is a medical
but
facility. You're not allowed to.
You're wrong.
You go in front of a
And
doctor's
it's-
office and film people going in and out?
Yes, you
private
can.
property.
Yeah. You totally can. You're both misunderstanding, but it's
That's
all
okay.
good.
Well, the cops at
Misinformed.
least will understand.
Sure.
You guys
Yeah.
can have the discussion.
Yeah,
But-
no problem, man.
Well,
I'm not.
It's public.
What makes you think
you're
that?
streaming? Because you're just shouting out to people, and you have a phone right there. So
Oh,
if you were
okay.
to turn around and try to walk on public property, and look at your phone, look at this phone. What is he streaming on? And then we can see at least. If you're doing it for the public, then you
So
can
they're
at least tell
surrounding me.
right? There's nothing to hide if you're
They're
obviously
surrounding
opening
me.
it.
Can you keep your distance, man?
Well, I was just trying to see what I'm on.
I'm not on your
I
property.
just want to know what I'm on. Is that okay?
Just keep your distance.
Well, I'm just trying to see what you're filming me on. I want to know what I'm being aired on. You can't discuss
Why can't you
it.
discuss it?
How can you not discuss it if it's being aired live to other people? That makes zero sense, right?
okay.
So if it's open to the public and other people can see it, why couldn't you discuss it?
Get that camera out of my face.
You can walk away.
You
if
can
choose
leave the
to.
property.
I'm not on your property.
Get it out of my face.
You can walk
Get
away.
it out of my face.
You can walk away if you want.
So can you. Why are you live streaming this?
Ooh, I'm
Keep your distance, man.
I'm just stretching on brick, dude. What is your problem? Why are you putting it in my face? Do I
You're
have
in
something
my
in here?
face. You walked up to me. Yeah, it looks pretty gross, bro. I would back up.
Well, I don't know what kind of documentary we're doing, so I'm just helping with whatever way you want to go. Funny, sad.
What's our recording for?
For me.
For you?
Mm-hmm.
What is this for?
I can't explain.
Huh?
I can't discuss it?
You can't discuss it?
No.
The owner doesn't like people recording.
Well, he doesn't have a choice.
He doesn't have a choice?
Nope. I'm gonna record. That's why I'm here today. Give me 6 feet. Give me 6 feet, dude.
6 feet.
Give me. No, this is not 6 feet. This is not 6 feet. All right. I'm pulling out the mace. If you want to act like that. Now he went inside.
Huh?
I recorded you.
Why?
I'm recording everything that goes
Without
on
my
the sidewalk.
permission?
Yeah.
Who are you with?
Who are you with?
I'm with myself.
I'm with myself too.
Not anymore. You got my picture in your camera.
All right.
What?
Calm down.
Yeah, well, you're
And
pissing
keep your
me off.
distance. Keep your distance.
Should I call a cop?
Don't call the cops.
Why not?
Because there's no crime here.
Oh, yes, it is. As far as I'm concerned, you don't take my picture without me knowing it. You know that's against the law. Hey, knock it off.
Hey, keep your distance.